It's almost 2016 and I decided that I was gonna do a recap of my year. And as I was kind of doing that, I kind of just realized the coolest thing that I did this year by far was I actually got to dance for Janet Jackson. So basically what had happened was when Janet came to Toronto to do her show, there was a private workshop class held by Gildo DeLau and his assistant Cassandra Cacciapoli. So I went. I was invited along with a bunch of other people. 80 other people ended up being at this invite-only class, and they taught us Rhythm Nation. And for those of you who don't know Rhythm Nation, I mean, but if you don't know Rhythm Nation, look it up. It's an iconic song by Janet and iconic choreography of hers as well. So we got to learn Rhythm Nation, which was an honor in that of itself. I ended up showing up with my best friend Ross was there with me, who I actually wanted to be in this video, but every single time that we would get together and hang out, we would get distracted. That it was the most difficult thing that I've actually probably taken part in, actually. And I've been on stage a lot and I've been in some crazy rehearsals, but this particular one was the one. But when you're working with something that's like an iconic piece of choreography, like over 20 years old, and that's what this artist is, one of the things that they're essentially known for, you don't want to mess it up. It was a really, really great opportunity to be able to get to work with people who you look up to and be able to perform something that is such an iconic piece of history in dance and in music and pop culture. So yeah, of course it's perfect. Like, they were cleaning us down to the T. Like, if your finger was out here, they were like, nah, turn it. You know what I mean? But that's just what it is. It was a great class, so everyone's just like, you know, having that moment, like everyone's sweating, dying. And then they come in and say, okay, so good job today. Tomorrow, if you're interested, you guys are going to be dancing this number on stage at the ACC with Janet Jackson. What? We're like silent, looking around at each other like, she crazy. So the room then erupted. Everybody was cheering and smiling and happy. And then they were like, okay, cool. Now we're gonna work really, really hard. And they didn't lie. They didn't lie. So then after that, it was just like a whole 6-hour straight rehearsal of just like, you're going on stage with the superstar tomorrow, so get your shit together. So rehearsal day finished, everyone was dead. I don't think I've ever sweat that much in my life. Left, didn't stop practicing. I was like, I need to make sure I don't be the person who shambles on stage tomorrow with Janet Jackson. So next day comes and we go to the ACC, and it kind of still hasn't sunk in yet. There was like actually 30 people on stage between all the 20 dancers that were selected out of this workshop class and Janet's actual J-Tribe dancers. There were like 30 people on stage. So we're on stage doing tech, and all of a sudden I look up and out and I just see this like glowing orb, and I'm like, what the? I was like, that's Janet Jackson. Then I was like, oh dang, they're about to play the music and Janet Jackson's about to watch us all dance, and she's literally sitting right in front of me. And so in my head, all I'm just doing is like, the one time to not shamble is that moment right there. So it was awesome. Tech's over, she comes on stage, she says thank you to everyone. And the thing that was the most incredible was just the simple fact that sometimes when you get to meet one of your celebrity icons or someone that you look up to, sometimes it sucks, because actually the thing we forget is like every celebrity is human, and so what you may have built them up to be in your head might not actually be the case. But I'm so happy to say that everything that I've built up in my head since I was like this big, right, about who Janet Jackson is exactly who she is. She was so polite, she was so kind, she was so gracious and humble and amazing, and just, I can't even, there any word that you could think of, that's her. She's literally incredible, and ask anybody who's ever met her, they will 110% say the exact same thing. can just remember was being backstage and hearing the music in that 5, 6, 7, 8 and going out, and just the heat from all the stage lights and just the heat from all of the, you know, the energy and everything that had been created from the audience and the dancers and Janet herself on stage just hits you, and then you just get to like live your life for, you know, that one time. Anybody who's ever actually worked for this woman, I'm sure, even for just one time, can attest to the fact that it is actually one of the coolest things that could ever happen to you. It was just such an incredible experience. The energy was fantastic. Everybody was just on cloud 9. And it's one of those things that so many of us got to share together, and we'll be able to, you know, when you see each other in the street, you actually have that new sense of like, remember that one time? I mean, and even though it was just that one time, and if it never happens again, you're one of those people who can actually say that it happened that one time. And you can't be more grateful for that opportunity. So yeah, that is my recap of the coolest thing that happened to me in 2015 by far. So yeah, that by far was the coolest thing that happened to me in 2015. And having said that, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Gil Dodelau, amazing man, choreographer and artistic director of Miss Janet Jackson. I would like to thank Cassandra Cacciapoli, Gil's assistant, and I would like to once again thank, of course, Miss Janet Jackson. I will see you all in 2016. Deuces.
Well, just got off stage with Janet Jackson.
Rhythm Nation.
2015. Casual.
Stay boots down, stay boots down.
Just a dream come true. We got to dance for Janet Jackson. Thank you very much, Janet. Thank you very much, Gil Dodelau. Thank you much,
Mother
Wiley.
Mary.
Thank you, Miss Mother Mary Cacciapoli. Thank you,
Mary.
everybody who was part of this project. We just got off stage with Janet Jackson.